Yo, what is up, everybody? Soresco back again. Another chapter from our new story. Remember to use the links in the description below. Show love to the author. Like, comment, and subscribe. Early in the morning, Steve and Emily were drinking their coffee. They let the kids sleep in, and Emily went to check on them from time to time. Saw nothing out of the ordinary. What are we gonna do about the spider, Steve? The man fumbled for another cigarette, placed it in his mouth like countless other times, and lit it. Emily stared at him while he dragged from it, and saw that he was thinking. I'm probably just gonna call you Exterminator. We needed those guys anyway. But I thought that we'll get the entire house cleaned beforehand. Doesn't matter, just call them. I don't know if there are any exterminators in Belhurst, but we must find something. Don't worry, I'll find something. Alright, you do that, and I'll fix us something to eat. She went to her husband, kissed his cheek, then paced to the fridge to see to make for dinner. Eggs, she thought, after opening the fridge. A large omelet with bacon, perfect for an early heart attack. The poor quality of her sleep demanded calories, and also the housework could burn a shit ton of energy. She had to fuel up. Steve took out his cell phone and searched the internet for pets exterminators in Belhurst. Town being small, he didn't expect to find much. There were 2 companies listed on the web for Belhurst. One of them was closed a few years ago because of some illegal activities. Steve tried calling the other one, hoped for the best. A young woman picked up the phone. She talked to Steve briefly in a composed voice. She explained that their exterminators are a bit overburdened because of the high workload. They can get to their house in a few days. It didn't matter how much money Steve offered. The young lady politely turned the offers down. We'll do our best, Mr. Jenkins, and we'll get to you as soon as possible. I already entered your name and address in our system, and we'll send a team there when they'll be free. Steve thanked her, then slammed on the phone to the table. What are you gonna do then? Just let me think, alright? Alright, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be annoying, I just want to know that the kids are safe. I know, it's okay. I think I'll have to go into town, maybe buy some insecticides, also some traps. I really don't see any other option right now. Other towns too far away. I don't think they will come all the way to goddamn Belhurst. Better than nothing, right? It's way better. Look, I'll go right after breakfast. And after that, I still have a lot to do in the backyard. Soon, Emily finished preparing breakfast. They both ate, then Steve stood up. He searched for cigarettes, even though he didn't want to light one. Then saw Jenny and Carl enter the kitchen, sleepy eyes. Steve kissed the kids and his wife. He then headed out to the car. The town was not far, a little short of 3 miles from the house. This should be a quick drive, he thought. The only problem was that He hadn't been in town for a long time. Nevertheless, he was confident that he'll find a store soon enough. Emily gave some omelet to Jenny and Carl, but neither of them were particularly hungry. They both left a considerable amount of food on their plate. She then resumed her work, not bothering the kids because of their troubled sleep. But they joined her anyway soon. Slowly but surely, they began helping their mother. Emily and Jenny began the cleaning process. Carl's job was to take things out into the yard, things which were either considered for throwing away or they needed to be cleaned separately or put elsewhere. Carl took a small box of books from his mother's hands and carried them onto the porch. There, he paused a little. He was not a particularly strong boy, and the carrying of the box made his chest heave. The cool air outside felt good for his burning lungs. After he was panting on the porch, Carl noticed the well in the back. Something seemed to move on its stone rim. He wasn't sure about it, so he decided to check it out. Of course, he knew it was a bad idea. While he was walking toward the well, his mother's educating voice resonated through his mind. Don't go too close to the well, because if you fall in, it cannot get you out. Anyway, curiosity always wins, and it did this time. He approached the well's rim and saw that it was about as tall as himself. Carl put his hands on the cold, mossy stone and hoisted himself up. Shadows danced on the rugged wall of the well, so he couldn't see far down. He kept looking for a glimpse of reflection on water, but there was none. He only saw the shadows dancing, and then realized that they were not shadows. They were moving. Emily noticed that Carl had not come back, and she became worried. She put down the broom and headed out with definite steps. When she reached the porch, she looked to the right and saw Carl on the edge of the well, trying to lean over more in order to see something. "Oh my God, Carl!" she shouted, but was already running toward the well. Carl looked at her with a startled face, then lost his balance. He began tilting forward, with his head leaning toward the darkness of the well. In a desperate reflex, he dug his knees into the side of the well and also put his hand on the inner wall. It was not enough to hold him back, but it was enough to slow him down so that his mother could grab him. Emily reached him at the last fraction of a second. He grabbed his clothes with both hands and pulled them back while screaming like a banshee. Steve stopped in front of the gate and heard the scream. He jumped out of the car and ran straight to the well, where he found Emily holding Carl tight in her arms. They were both sitting on the ground near the well. A frightened Jenny just ran out the house, not understanding what happened. What's going on? What happened? Asked Steve. He almost fell into the well. Oh, God. Emily hugged him tighter. The realization of how easily one can lose somebody just hit her. Carl was too scared. He had a hard time breathing. I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry, Daddy, but I saw something down there. Saw what? What the hell can be inside a well other than water? Steve felt his anger rising, and controlling it was hard. Carl began to cry. Don't you come near this well alone anymore, understood? Carl didn't answer. He cried even louder than before. Understood. Steve tried again, but Carl couldn't answer. Leave him! It's enough for him, okay? We'll sort it out later, shouted Emily. Ah, what a wonderful day. God damn it. Steve said no more. He proceeded to the car in order to unpack what he brought from the store. Emily took Carl inside, and she let him stay in bed for the rest of the day. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our chapter.